Eagles, Eagles. Yes. When you see a smile on my face, what that tells you? It means that the team has done extraordinarily well in this football game against the New York Giants, a team that was desperate for a win to remain in the playoff hunt. Not to mention, Carson Wentz was able to throw for under 40 yards. I mean, he not throw under 40. I'm sorry. He was able to throw under 40 attempts. 230 plus yards, one score. Offensive line was able to protect on most plays of the game, from what I've seen and from what I've heard and from what I've read on social media. They were able to get the man protected most of the game. And that what makes me real happy. But the surprise, two of them actually, word was that Josh Adams was going to be able to carry the rock, y'all. Carry the rock. And guess what? He lived up to his promise. 15 or 16 attempts for over 70 yards. One score. He already got 2 scores by himself. Hey, I'm happy. One other thing that still concerns me, though, is that he's still throwing the balls underneath where they can lead to interceptions or fumbles. He's still doing that. That needs to stop. That's something he needs to work on, because, see, the thing is, when you keep throwing balls like that, they're either going to knock them down or they're going to intercept them, one or the other. He needs to work on that. But overall, he threw for under 40 attempts. And that's what makes me proud. Because this time, the coach was able to manage the game. He didn't manage it in the first half. But he managed it in the second half because they were able to get Josh Adams the rock. They gave him the rock. And he lived up to his promise, y'all. He lived up to his promise. The defense is what I want to talk about now, because for the first time in 9 games, Jim Schwartz was able to create and make some adjustments. That is what so thrilling about this win, because we were able to make adjustments in the second half, which is something he hasn't been doing in the last 9 or 10 games played. And I want to talk about the past. Let's go back to the past right quick. 2 games into the past. Let's take it back to the Dallas Cowboys, a team or game we were supposedly have won on home field. No adjustments made on defense. And the adjustments were made on offense. But when you don't make adjustments on defense and they stay on the field majority of the time, teams can understand the play calls and they can make adjustments on the field that they made in halftime. That's what the Cowboys did. And we lost that game. And that was the most humiliating game or loss probably in Eagles history. Now, the other game that we lost, the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans, 48-7. That game still burns my hide. And it's probably going to burn my hide until the Eagles make a push for the playoffs, because they got to win the next 5 games to get there. If they don't, there's a good chance we won't make it. Because not too many 9-7 teams made the playoffs, and not too many 8-8 teams made the playoffs. The last 9-7 team to make the playoffs with the Eagles when they went 9-6-1. They were the last team with under double-digit wins to make the playoffs. And other teams that made 9-7 have not been able to get there because when you get 9 wins and then 7 losses, you already out. Especially when another team has a better record or one loss less than you have. But anyway, with the Saints game, there have been some questions about the team's demeanor. You know who we had one guy to stand up, and that was Malcolm Jenkins. He was on social media, and he was also verbal out on the field against the New Orleans Saints. Now, the finger gesture that he threw, hey, I understand the man. I understand where he's coming from because sometimes when you get the game won and when you push the button to go forward for another touchdown, I'll throw one too. But enough of that. Let's go back to the team's misdemeanor. It's like they gave up in that game. It's like they didn't care. They just wanted to get off the field, go home, and start over. See, that's not what you do. That's not what you get paid for. You're the Super Bowl champions. You're supposed to play like the Super Bowl champions. So, even though 48-7, it could have been 48-20 or 48-30. I mean, it could have been an effort made on both sides of the field, but it was not because, see, their defense is top notch. They're a top 10 ranked defense. Our defense was top 10 against the run, but now we're in the bottom teams when it comes to stopping the run. But they did a pretty good job today, but Saquon still got 100 yards. So the Eagles have allowed back-to-back 100-yard, well, actually back-to-back 100-yard rushes. They allow, I want to say the Ingram from the Saints got 100-yard rushing on us. I know the Dallas Cowboy, what's his name? Ezekiel Elliott had a 100-yard rushing day on us, 150 plus yards to be exact, and 2 scores. And then the game today, Saquon Barkley got 100 and some yards rushing, 1 score. We still having issues against the run. That needs to be corrected in next week's game. Because I'm not quite exactly sure who we play next week, but I'll find out soon enough, either from you guys or from reading the papers or such as. I'm not sure exactly, but I will find out. But all I know is the game was played top notch in the second half. We were able to get the run game going. Josh Gordon, he gets my utmost respect because he had over 70 yards rushing, 1 score. And he gets my kudos for that. Doug Peterson, you did well today. You were able to manage the game. You ran the football like we have been telling you for so long to run the football. We've been telling you. But apparently you listened because we got the run game going. The Giants was huffing and puffing trying to stop the run. We were going no huddle offense. And that's what got us this win today. It wasn't just defense alone. It was a total team effort. When your defense stopped the opposing offense can go out there and score and put up points on the scoreboard to give us the win. But it also falls back on the coaching too because they have to maintain the game and make sure that the right plays are being called offensively and defensively to win a football game. Like I said before, Jim Schwartz, for the first time in 9 games, had made adjustments. I don't know what took him so long. I don't know if it was the injury to the players. He did it. No more stick defense. No more stick defense. I didn't see that shit in the second half. Offensive line protect. Got the run game going. Carson went plenty of protections where he's able to scan the field and get the ball out. That was done real well in the second half of this game. Like I said, I was at church and I couldn't see the first half. I can only go on based on what I read and hear from other Eagle fans. But we didn't get no sacks, but we did get an interception. And that's what I'm definitely glad of because the Eagles haven't had no turnovers in the last 5 games, is what I want to say. Because Well, yeah, maybe the last 4 or 5 games. That's what I want to say. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It's been a while since we got any type of turnovers or any kind of sacks for that matter. But I am proud that my team won this game because we are now 5-6. We are now one game behind the Redskins, one game behind the Cowboys. So the Cowboys play the Saints coming up. That's an automatic loss. But I can say this here though, it won't be no blowout because the Cowboys got a damn good defense. So whatever the Saints do, they got a counter. Too bad we didn't have a counter on defense because we had too many players hurt. And that's the excuse. This time we got over 20 players, over 15, 20 players hurt. Several of them are on IR. Some are week to week, some day to day, and some are questionable. Josh hurt his shoulder, I think, in the first half, but it wasn't minor because he came back and did really well in the second half of the game. So, I mean, a lot could be said, and I think I said my words for this week 11 review. This is your boy, Darth Rock, the Eagle, sign out. EAGLES, Eagles. What a win, baby. What a win. Peace.